Now, today I just got a message, not necessarily a clip. There's going to be a clip at the end of the video. It's not going to have much to do with this because I don't even know exactly what I'm going to say, but I know the message. And basically, I have come to the conclusion that not only are women chaotic and stuff like that, that's not something unique. You've heard that before. But I think that they love turmoil. I think that they love anguish. I think that they love struggle. And it's not all of them, of course. Of course, we gotta, because not all. Anytime I do a generalization, it's either gonna be the majority if I don't say anything as far as any quantity. But if I say half or some, then that means not most. But just to quantify it, I think that a lot of women, an abundance of women, a significant portion, enough for me to say this, love turmoil. They love being under strife and things of that nature. You see people have been kicking like the bad boy, the asshole, the jerk stuff for the longest time, right? You've been seeing that get kicked since the 1930s at least. Something along those lines. And even if you go and read about Casanova and shit, he was an asshole too. So it is what it is. But one thing you don't really hear about too much is how chicks complain about these guys. How they complain about the stuff that these guys put them through. You could, and I hate to say it, but you can even take it over to some of the guys who physically abuse chicks and stuff like that. And just want to be clear, I'm not advocating for none of this stuff. You shouldn't be doing no physical abuse or no abuse of any form. So let's just get that out the way. I'm not advocating for that. I don't think it's good game or no stuff like that. You shouldn't be doing none of it. But this is just an observation. You got to understand that. Let's be clear. It's an observation. Chicks will complain about these guys, though. They will complain about them on the internet. They will complain about them on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. They will complain about these guys. You will see chicks talk all of this healing and non-toxicity stuff and all this stuff. You'll see chicks become psychologists. Women have been becoming psychologists, amateur psychologists, for the past 5 years. Once they learn the word narcissism and toxic, what did they tell you? What's the one? The one they, oh yeah, that's the one that who hurt you. Who hurt you? They start saying stuff like that. And seek therapy. They telling people to seek therapy. They just became experts in mental health in the past like 5 to 10 years. But with all of that going on, with all of the complaining, with all of the anguish that these guys are putting them through and stuff like that, for some reason, they do one of two things. They continue to go back to these horrible, terrible, nasty individuals. They continue to go back to these horrible people after realizing that they are horrible. Or they finally free themselves of the individual. They finally free themselves. Now they're just so liberated. And then they get another guy just like that guy. They get another guy just like the last guy. But guess what? In some cases, it's a guy like the last 3 guys. And this is what happens. This is just me being real. Some of them, because this is like the era that we live in, some of them have so many of these guys and they get so tired. Like they love it in the moment while they're with these guys. But when it gets to the clash point, when it gets to the high point of, okay, I don't necessarily like this and I'm tired of this result. And they really look at their life and they like, okay, so this is not what I want my life to be. They don't ever do inventory and say, yo, what attracted me to this guy and this guy to lead me to get these results? Because accountability is something that is poison to a lot of women. So they're not going to look internally and look at themselves and saying, how am I getting these horrible guys? No. At that point, men are trash. That's what it becomes. Men are trash. And then she becomes gay. She makes a choice to go to the other side and get her coochie ate. She just want to get, better coochie eating tactics. She wanna experience some of that. And without getting too deep on this, because I don't want to dwell on anything with any of that, but I just want to make a quick point. One of the differences between men and women, because a lot of women will say things like, "Oh, you sound like you hate women. You must be gay." Listen, only women can hate the opposite sex to the point that they decide to be career homosexuals after that. Only women can do that. You cannot find one guy, and if you want to say there's an exception to the rule and you can find one guy who did this, well, you can't find three guys who absolutely like women and like heterosexual sex. And the reason that they ended up being gay or going over to the other side is because they absolutely hated their experiences with women. We are not built like that. They are, for whatever reason. So when it comes to a lot of conversations around that, that's why we don't relate, because they're capable of doing that. We're not. We're not. But let's continue. Now, when we talk about this, like, women going back to bad guys and stuff like that, women have a lot of default responses to things like this, like, "Oh, well, that's your experience." Or, "Oh, that's," like, they try to marginalize a lot of the stuff that's being said. But this is the thing. We know that's a disingenuous argument, because a lot of you have never met me and we haven't seen the same things yet. You've seen what I'm talking about with people I've never even met. Why? Because it's such a widespread thing. It's such a common occurrence that this is like, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. It's beyond an individual. This is a mass, behavioral issue as far as women going back to toxic guys or guys who pretty much put them through turmoil. I want to tell you something else that's also ironic and also funny about this. Being a guy with the best intentions, being a guy that, really is not cheating, is really pouring love into his chick and stuff like that, that can get you hurt in a lot of cases. Now, I'll be honest, you can look at yourself, unlike women would, and say, how am I messing up when I'm picking these women that's doing this stuff? Because not all women are equal. Not all women are the same. There are certain red flags you're going to see that are going to let you know, oh, this is a wild whore. There's stuff like that that you are supposed to see. And even then, there are some chicks who are great chameleons and you just won't be able to see it. So really, you just got to do your due diligence and see what's going on with a chick, figure out a few things. But it's very funny, like some of these same women who love like the turmoil and they love the toxicity and all that stuff, and they won't own up to it, and they love playing victim and stuff like that. A lot of these same chicks, when they get with dudes who are mentally stable, who just want peace, who just want to treat their girl right, who just want to do the right thing, they're not built for that. They are not getting the drama and turmoil that they need. A lot of dudes who like, and you could get this from people who have no online experience. You could go and talk to dudes who are just regular guys and don't even like give anybody else any game. They'll still tell you some of this. And then some of the people online who teach a lot of game and stuff, they'll say like, a lot of this, like, a lot of women love drama. That's how come they be in the soap operas. They be in a reality TV. They be reading the certain books and stuff like that. They read the tabloids and stuff like that. All of that simulates their need for drama. you'll see it a lot of times to where they look at certain guys. If you are too good, too vanilla, you don't cause no problems or nothing like that, you're boring. You're boring. And that's a penalty. You get penalized for that. And you could either get dumped, you could either get disrespected, you could either get cheated on. Regardless, it could lead to you being hurt. And it's a very funny thing to where, it's crazy because it's such a common thing. You would think like, okay, like, well, maybe I just got to find, the right woman or XYZ. This is something that goes on with a lot of them, man. Good luck finding somebody who is mentally stable, mentally healthy, and they go against some of their nature and stuff like that. And they are pure and they just want to do good themselves. They don't want to cause any harm to you and they don't need drama or turmoil. They absolutely don't want it. Good luck trying to find that. And I'm not saying it like it's impossible, because I know for a fact it's possible, because I know some women who don't have any of that going on. But I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Now, what I'm saying is why, because again, I'm not the only person who sees this stuff. I told you, even some game dudes teach some of this stuff, and it's not a unique experience. What I'm talking about is not a unique experience. You see it in so many different ways. This is what makes a lot of guys get to the point where they disregard how a woman feels, because they see that gets a good response or reaction out of a woman, a favorable response or reaction out of a woman. Now that sounds very nasty. It's very messed up, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You could say it sounds nasty and messed up, but at the end of the day, and this is the thing, because if you're a chick, I could ask you, are you rewarding the good behavior and things like that? And are you rewarding boring guys and stuff like that? 9 times out of 10, you're going to say, yeah. But this is the thing, man. When you I already said it in multiple videos that I have, trying to have a real conversation with a lot of these chicks is pointless, because you're going to see a lot of disingenuousness, et cetera, et cetera. So it doesn't matter. Like, that perspective just doesn't matter. What matters is tried and true. And when we talk about just mistreatment, I'm not talking about the abuse or nothing like that, because that is ridiculous. That is outrageous. So let's be clear on that. But just certain stuff like, he's talking to other girls, or sometimes he don't treat me the best, whatever that look like and stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie. It can really strictly come down to a guy just messing with a lot of girls or something like that. A guy could still be like the coolest, like he could just be the greatest guy, the greatest intentions. And all he do is just, he just want to mess with a bunch of different girls. He just want to be a player. That'd be enough to stimulate some of these chicks' need for that turmoil, that drama and stuff like that. But again, when we talk about the mistreatment, again, not physical abuse or nothing like that, a lot of chicks respond well to it. They complain about it a lot. They complain about these guys a lot and then go back to them. You don't know how many social media posts I have seen from all types of women, even women that have not know from nowhere near where I'm from, to where they complaining about a guy and they go back to him. I'll give you one example. Boom. Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside chick. She got through to the ground by her dude. This is like shortly after she had her kids and stuff like that. And he's also been messing with other girls, and she exposed him. She put the footage out there and et cetera, all this stuff. And the boyfriend is so bad. He's so bad. She went back. And they're a happy couple now. She apologized for even exposing him like that and all of that stuff. And she's back. They're happy, et cetera, et cetera. I'll give you another one. Cardi B has broken up with Offset or threatened divorce after Offset cheated 3 or 4 times. So they've been through this cycle 3 or 4 times. As far as Offset cheating, Cardi breaks up with him or threatens for divorce. There's a clip of Cardi B pretty much getting mad at all the fans and everybody talking about her, breakup and stuff like that on Twitter Spaces. But literally, within 48 hours, she gets on Twitter Spaces and basically says that she folded because she loved this dude. She absolutely loves this dude. And when you look at Offset, again, he is not a guy who is abusing this chick, throwing her down steps or nothing. He's not doing none of that. He's a great guy, except he likes to smash other women. That's it. He's a cheater. She doesn't complain about him in any other way other than his lack of loyalty. But him having those options, him causing that drama, him causing that turmoil, she still goes back. Cardi B is from New York. The Catch Me Outside chick is from somewhere in the South, maybe Florida. They are two completely different ages. They're celebrities. They have nothing to do with each other. Even then, Catch Me Outside girls dude is probably, matter of fact, not even probably, I can guarantee you he's not as rich as her. Like, he doesn't have as much money as her because she made like 50 something million and I don't even know that guy. Offset, he probably makes less money than Cardi B as well because Cardi B is a tremendous act. But at the end of the day, these chicks get treated bad. They go back. And you see that so many times. And this is the other thing on the other side of that. If you were one of the guys who were like, man, I would never do none of that. I'll treat a chick so good. Like, you've been shitted on. Somebody has taken a sloppy, wet shit on you. I can guarantee it. And then guess what? A lot of the chicks that you see complaining and turmoil and stuff like that, especially if they know you and stuff like that, a lot of y'all have probably been like, man, like, I done tried to get on. She ain't rocking with me. She ain't messing with me. What is it? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, y'all might have even rocked together at some point. Y'all might have even been together, but it didn't go the way it's going for her and the dude that's putting her through that turmoil and stuff like that. So I say all that to say, let's recap. Women like being under drama and turmoil as far as a good portion of them. A good portion. There are guys who do that, and a lot of the drama and turmoil in a lot of cases just comes from guys entertaining different options as far as different girls or even cheating. It can be other stuff in some cases, but that's one of the main ones. These chicks complain a lot about these guys on the internet. They'll complain about them to their female friends. They'll complain about these guys to their male friends. They'll complain about them to their coworkers. But they go back. And they still love these guys. And then if you are not one of those guys, you are looking like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is weird. And it even pushes some guys to become like that. And guess what? It doesn't stop working when they start doing it. So there you have it, man. That's just me giving my perspective on some of the game and just what it is and just how things look. And, it just basically that, man. It is what it is, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm out.
The craziest experience you had with your ex?
Nah, you know what I'm saying? My ex loved me. She still love me to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So if you called, try to pull up, should answer?
right now.
Do it.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey,
What's up?
going P. What are you doing?
Shit, I'm chilling. Hey, pull up on me right now.
When?
I'm finna go to the house.
You want me to come over?
Yeah,
Why you look so excited?
because I'm ready to see you.
What?
Yeah, you know how I
I can
do.
take a quick shower real quick.
I bet.
But one time.
Hello, let me see. I got called one of them. I know she ain't at work. Hello? You at the game?
Yeah, it just started.
Pull up on me when you leave.
Where you at?
I'm gonna be at the house.
Okay.
Fuck you, man.
Hello?
Hey, Sean.
Oh, I was thinking about pulling up on you right now.
Where are you at right now?
Shit, I'm leaving Dallas, but shit, you know, I'm gonna come to you.
That's okay.
I'm gonna pull up.
Fuck you, man. My boy went 3 for 3.